This is where we run down physical media by the numbers. First, we take a look at the top 20 selling 4K Ultra HD discs of a previous week. I give you my thoughts and recommendation on every single title there so you can make more informed buying decisions for your collecting needs in the future, of course. And then we look at the market share breakdown, look at all the different disc formats you love to collect. DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K, see how well they're selling in comparison to one another. And then we talk about the state of physical media. What's happening in the world of physical media and where does physical media go in the future? But before we get into all that, of course, you love collecting physical media just like me and being a part of this amazing league of mega film fans where we just have a great time talking the movies we love to collect. You are in the right spot, my mega collecting friend. Go ahead and mega smash that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you're alerted when a new physical media number breakdown video posts. And of course, leave in the comments below, what do you think of these top ranking 4K titles here? What do you think of the market share breakdown? And of course, where do you think physical media goes next? But let's get into the list of maybe some bangers. I had to say that because I already knew what was coming up here at the bottom. We're going to have Dunkirk from Warner. If you love this movie, I absolutely love that. This movie is not a favorite of mine, unfortunately. I actually kind of despise this movie. Just too darn boring for me personally. But yeah, we're going to move on from that one now. Edge of Tomorrow, we're going to have for Warner as well. Edge of Tomorrow. This is one I do love, a war movie I really enjoy. Cool sci-fi action aspects. It's just a fun time. Next up, we got Deadpool and Wolverine. Speaking of fun, from Disney and Marvel, this movie just did so well at the box office. The 4Ks, the Blu-rays, the steelbooks, the DVDs, everything from this movie was selling like hotcakes. So this is probably going to be on the list for a long, long time. Next up, we're going to have Twister from Warner, the 3 for 33 sale. I totally missed out on it, but that's okay. I have a Blu-ray. Next up, we got a new one here. Well, saying new. Oh, Chinatown. Yes, from Paramount. This one before had that Paramount Presents line one, which came with the sequel. But this is just a standalone Slippy for Chinatown. Man, I wish I would have got the Paramount Presents one, but who knows? Maybe in the future I'll just pick up this kind of slimmed down, cheaper version. I just got to think about it. You guys let me know. Do you think Chinatown would be in my wheelhouse? Next up, got The Thing from Universal. It's just always popping up back on this list. Same with the next one here. The Batman from Warner just keeps popping up randomly from time to time. I guess people are just trying to hold themselves over till the Batman 2 finally comes out in the year 2055, maybe. I don't know when it's coming out. It just seems to get so delayed. But next up, we're going to have Twisters from Universal. Actually, a pretty darn fun sequel. So had a good time with that one. Next up, we got Jurassic Park from Universal. Yes, the original Jurassic Park, one of the best musical scores of all time, and just a really fun, entertaining movie. Next up, we got Once Upon a Time in the West from Paramount. I've not seen this one at all. Obviously, it's a Western, I believe, but I don't know if it's any good. Next up, we're going to have Alien Romulus from 20th Century. Probably my favorite Alien movie out of the franchise. I want to rewatch it again just to double make sure on that. But I thought just combined the horrific elements from the first Alien really good, along with some more action scenes, kind of like Aliens had, but just felt like a more smarter horror action movie. It was just really fun, some cool visual effects in there. I still need to pick up that 4K. Next up, we're going to have Doom Part 2 from Warner. Did pretty good at the Poplar Awards, of course. Everybody seems to love Dune Part 2. It just looks stunning, sounds stunning on the 4K disc. So this one is another one that will probably be on here for a couple years. Next up, we're going to have The Searchers from Warner. This is an all-time classic Western. I actually have seen this one in a film history class. And I thought it was pretty good for, being a Western. It's not like my genre of choice, but I thought it was pretty good for a classic film. Next up, we're going to have The Wild Robot from Universal, my personal favorite animated movie of all time. Hopefully wins Best Animated Picture. It won at the Poplar Awards, so that's a darn good sign there. Next up, we're going to have Transformers 1 from Paramount. This one did not have a Blu-ray stateside, unfortunately. Looks like Paramount is really going for 4Ks and DVDs this year. So, hey, yeah, of course the 4K is going to sell at that point. Next up, we're going to have Doom Part 1 from Warner. Actually above Part 2, is that correct? Oh my god, I had a double take there just to be sure. Kind of interesting that Part 1 would be above Part 2. I would think it would be the other way around. Not shocked to see it on the list here, but just in that order is a little interesting. I wonder why that is. Let me know in the comments. Why do you think Doom Part 1 4K got a big jump up above Doom Part 2. Next up, we're going to have Oppenheimer from Universal. I thought Oppenheimer, like two-thirds of the movie, were pretty darn good overall, but it was that last third that just doesn't really hit me the same way. Next up, we're going to have Inglorious Bastards from Arrow in Universal. I did not pick up this release. I heard it was pretty similar just to the standard 4K that came out way back when, and I already have that 4K, so no need to double dip here for me, but it's a good Quentin Tarantino title. I actually like it more and more the more times I see it. So yeah. Next up, we're going to have a new one here, finally, with Snowpiercer from Lionsgate. I've never seen Snowpiercer at all. I don't think I have anyway. And it kind of looks like a generic, like ice action movie of sorts. I don't really know what's going on there. You guys let me know if it's worth that, expensive steelbook money there. And then number one, Seven. Again, Seven here from Warner. Seven is just so darn popular. I did not pick up the 4K. I have a Blu-ray, but it is definitely a good thriller. Absolutely great performances there, great writing, all that wonderful stuff. But there we go. Those were the top 20 selling 4K Ultra HD discs of that previous week there. Not a lot of new there. Once again, we're in the month of January here, getting into February. You're just not going to see a ton of new titles from week to week. It's going to be a lot of, past stuff that we've seen before that maybe people are picking up on a slight discount, the 3 for 33 deals and whatnot. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're seeing here. So we'll see. I think boutique labels will probably ramp up their game in the next couple months or so because there's some cool announcements out there. But let's get into the market share breakdown before we talk about the future of physical media here. So bringing up these couple charts here. Ooh, yes, taking a look at these. Yes, we got one for the week ending January 18th. The one before that is ending January 11th. So we can definitely compare here. I know we don't have the quarter end sale numbers yet to see, how much is physical media selling overall, but it's still cool to compare the different formats, in my opinion. So that's why we look at these every week. We do have 4Ks that did drop a little bit, but I'm still very shocked and impressed that they're above 30%. I mean, yeah, they were close to 40% the other week before, but getting to 32% is still amazing. Like, this is a year of 4K premium collectors, it seems like. Seems like more people are leaning towards 4K over Blu-ray now. I think Blu-ray is a great value format. I love all the formats, but Blu-ray seems to be, stagnant again, but now at a lower floor because they went from about 17 something percent to once again about 17%, just under that. So yeah, Blu-rays seem to be the one in decline. Oh my goodness. But it could be also because certain studios aren't releasing Blu-rays here, like with Paramount just going 4Ks and DVDs. Is that playing a part in it? Maybe. And then we got DVDs, of course, that are back up once again because they're taking, a little bit of that 4K percentage, getting back up to above 50%, but so they're still above half by just barely in comparison to the HD formats, I like to call them. I combine Blu-ray and 4K sometimes to give them a fighting chance, but they're like neck and neck even right there. That is pretty darn cool and interesting. About half and half, right, for DVD and then the HD formats. And so, yeah, that is pretty darn interesting for this year. Once again, not just a 4K trend anymore. I mean, these 4K numbers have been pretty strong. Once again, the floor has risen for them. So that's pretty cool. I was thinking they were almost going to get down back to 20 something percent, but oh my gosh, no, they are holding there. And that is awesome. So let's talk about the state of physical media, this physical media world we are living in that we absolutely love. So just to talk about a few things here, am I excited for some future months of physical media? Absolutely. There's some good announcements from certain boutique labels out there like Criterion and Arrow. So there's definitely some stuff on my radar I do want to check out in a good sale, but I'm going to mention sale a whole bunch of times here because to me, this is the best time to collect physical media in this year 2025 because you can just collect physical media at the right price, but you got to do it at the right time. That is the key there. Wait for the deals. That's why I cover those every week. I cover the big sales as well. If you can buy at the sale and deal time, it's actually pretty cheap. I mean, some people were stocking up on all those 4Ks. They missed the past year or two for the 3 for 33 deal, getting everything like $11. Oh my gosh. That was pretty darn cool. So if you know how to get your titles, you can really do some great collecting there at a great price. Even like just thrift shopping too. Sometimes adding to that, getting some good Blu-rays, depending on what's available in your area. There's definitely easy, cheap ways to collect physical media still, and that is awesome. But then there's also the other path, the path of premium collecting, where you want to pick up the fancy limited editions, boutique label stuff, still books. Day one, you gotta have it. Some of your favorite movies of all time, and you're willing to pay the big bucks. You still have that path, and obviously, we see people are buying that with those 4Ks and still books selling out. So, yes, that is pretty darn cool. You get to like choose your path with physical media collecting, and I absolutely love that. No wrong way to collect. You collect what works for you. So that's pretty darn cool. Just try to keep it in your budget, of course. But yes, I think it's an awesome time to be a physical media collector and a movie watcher out there. Like I said, I think the next few months we're going to ramp up a little bit more with some new catalog 4K releases, some new boutique label stuff, and I might even pick up even more. And so that's pretty darn cool. So yeah, very excited for that. Hopefully, we get some big theater releases in the next month or two. Captain America, very excited for. I'm sure that will get some really cool announcements with 4Ks and Blu-rays and DVDs and steelbooks, maybe limited editions out there. Maybe we'll have multiple editions, just like Deadpool and Wolverine had. And then, of course, we got Paddington 3 coming out, which actually might get a 4K in the future because Paddington 2 got announced for 4K. So anything is possible. We are living in the physical media world of possibilities, which I absolutely love as a collector. So I'm so excited for this. But you guys are going to have to let me know in the comments below, what have you been picking up recently? Of course, what you're excited for in the future with physical media collecting. How do you like to collect out there? And of course, just have a great time talking the movies and especially responding to each other, getting those film fan conversations going. That's how we build these friendships and community here on this channel. That helps grow the channel, get this information out to more people, and we keep more people informed and entertained in the world of physical media collecting. That's how we're going to save it this year. And of course, just enjoying the movies we absolutely love. So once again, if you haven't already, go ahead and mega smash that like and subscribe, that notification bell. I know there's some people that consistently watch this segment every week, but just haven't taken those extra couple steps towards the end. Please do so we can once again get this information out to more people. But more importantly, have a great day watching and talking them movies, my friends. And of course, you love this physical media topic. Another way to help the channel, mega smash some more videos right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.